Hey guys, and welcome. So today I wanted to talk to you about this idea of being present, because I feel like I read everywhere that we need to be present to feel happy, we need to stay in the present moment to enjoy our lives, and being here and now is where you need to be. But nothing tells us how we actually do that on a daily basis. I feel like there's so many books and people talking about it that argue for why we need to do it, but no one's telling us, okay, all well and good, I get the point. How do I actually do it today in my life? And for us, how do we do it today in our lives with little people demanding our attention all the time, when you've got to think for them? So I find for me, I'm constantly in that planning mode of, okay, so we're going here, then we're going here, then we're going here, which means we need this and this and this and this. It's really hard to be present in the moment when you're thinking and planning for everyone else. So I'd like to share with you today just some ideas that I've had on how you can actually be present in daily life so that hopefully you can find a little bit of that happiness and contentment and less overwhelm, rather than living in the past where you kind of worry about what's happened and run through all those scenarios of what if I did this, what if I did that, or worrying about what will happen in the future. Because kind of here is where you find that place where you can go, everything's okay. I don't need to worry because right now I'm doing everything I can. And that's a really nice place to be. So let's have a chat about how we can stay in the present moment when we've got little ones running around us and a very busy life. All right, so before I get into the tips, I'd love for you to do a little check-in on how present you actually are. So right now, right here, watching this video, how many other things are you doing? Is your TV on? Are you helping your kid do something, playing with your kids on the floor? Are you opening a packet that someone's shoved into your hand? How many other things are going on? Is the TV on? What's going on around you right now, and how many of those are you sort of half trying to do whilst also watching this video? And I know this only because I'm totally guilty of it myself, and I catch myself all the time being ridiculous and doing 50,000 things at once. So let's get into my 5 tips for how you can stop trying to do everything at once and really actually be in the present moment. So my first tip would have to be, try to do one thing at a time and only think about that one thing. So for me, I find it's a really big clue that I'm not being present and I'm kind of heading towards overwhelm if I'm doing 10 things at once and I'm not thinking about any of them. So I'm eating breakfast, I'm on the phone, I'm having a cuppa, I'm helping Eamon with his homework, I'm also planning what's on the menu for the week. All of these things that probably would take less time if I just did one. And by doing them all, I'm kind of making my brain switch between all these tasks. And what it feels like is like, I've got so much to do, and I'm like stressing, and it's just this internal stress that is coming into my body because your body doesn't want to do all those things at once. So try and do one thing at a time and try and be really present of it. So for instance, if you are eating breakfast, that's all you're doing. Have a seat. Sometimes I don't even sit down. Have a seat and notice what you're eating. What does it taste like? What does it feel like in your mouth? You'll probably eat less too because you'll be really aware and present of it, but you're actually enjoying the experience and not letting your mind wander to all the other things. So it can be tempting to think about your day and start stressing about what you're going to do, but why can't you just give yourself 10 minutes to just eat breakfast? You'll find that the rest of the day flows a lot smoothly if you do just one thing at a time. Try it and see. All right, so my second tip is to limit technology. And technology is amazing. Like, I wouldn't be able to communicate with you right now if we didn't have this technology. So I'm not going to say give it up entirely, but there needs to be a limit. It can't be in your entire day, or you will feel that stress all day long. And you'll take it into your bedroom and you'll take it into your sleep, and you don't get a break from it. So maybe put some bedtimes on your technology as well. Perhaps your technology doesn't get up until the kids are at school. Perhaps it also goes to bed once your kids are in bed. Or maybe you get half an hour and then it goes to bed. So you can read a book. You can watch your favorite TV show if that's what you want to do, but just watch it. Don't be mindlessly scrolling at the same time. So my third tip, you probably guessed, is going to be to have some sort of present moment practice. So for me, that's meditation. It doesn't have to be meditation, because If you want to be more present in the rest of your life, it's helpful to practice that when there aren't any distractions. So making that time for quiet allows you to practice being present without everything else going on, and you'll see that your mind still gets distracted. So you'll see how hard it is, and maybe give yourself a little bit of a break, that in the rest of your day, when you find your mind runs away with you. But practicing in a moment where it's clear and there's not a lot going on can really help you to use those same skills when you really need it. Like when you're in the car and 1,000 things are going on and the kids are screaming, you'll be able to come back to those skills that you learnt in meditation. My fourth tip has to be the most powerful at all, so it's just to breathe. We don't realize how powerful a tool this breath is. It's one of the few things that we can be both conscious and unconscious of, and it's a choice for us. Like, our heart will just beat without us needing to do anything, and we can't change that beat or rhythm or do anything to change it. Our legs, we need to consciously think about them to move. But our breath, it will do it without us being conscious of it, but we can also use it as a tool. And take a deep breath. So maybe we could do that now, yeah? Take a deep breath in, fill the belly, fill the side ribs, right to the top of the chest. Even I feel better. Even talking to you, I'm kind of getting all like worked up and into it. But just taking that breath, it's like my whole system is like, yeah, calming down. That's that relaxation response. It's the way that we tell our nervous system, you know what? There's no tiger in the room about to attack me. I can chill the hell out. So whenever you can come back to that breath, you can bring yourself back to just the body in this moment and what's actually going on, rather than that scenario of all the things that are happening that feel so stressful. And my final tip is to go a little bit easy on yourself and remember that it's all a practice. So I am still walking this path. It is still something, I've been practicing yoga for about 10 years now, teaching for about 8, and it's still a daily thing that I need to be aware of, or I get carried away. So I think it's just a human thing that we do, and it's just about giving ourselves rituals and routines and practices that can bring us back to the present moment. So having 10 minutes of a morning where you can meditate, having little clues throughout the day. So perhaps it's when you brush your teeth, that's a reminder to you just to, okay, take 3 deep breaths first. So you're getting into some sort of little rituals that will help and support you. All of your meal times can be beautiful times to come back to the present moment when you just do that. Just eating, just mindful eating, nothing else. No phones, no TVs. Kids, yes, they're a distraction that we can't do anything about, but allowing us to come back to the moment with them and in the moment responding to them. It really is a nicer way to live when you can respond in that moment, rather than being caught in all the things you have to do and then your kids are asking for more and you respond in a stressful way because you think, I can't possibly do all those other things and this. But if you are in the moment with them and they ask, you're probably more likely to be like, yeah, I can do that, because in this moment you can. So I hope that helps you today. I hope that seeing how I work being present into my life helps you to think about how you can do it in your own. And hopefully that some of these practices can help you to deal with the overwhelm and the anxiety that comes up when you're a busy mum. I don't care how old your kids are, how many you've got, how much work you do, how little work you do. We are all busy mums. Thank you for joining me today. I hope to see you again soon, and namaste.